So we back with another video on NBA 20 on my career. So 61. Let's go to y'all. So the boy. So we're going against the Memphis Grizzlies again. Y'all. This is our second time going against this team. Y'all see we're going against Jaren Jackson on Jonas, John Morant, Andre, Jay Crowder, Josh Jackson, Anderson, Rab, Brooks, I think, Jones, Clark, Allen, Milton, Hill, Plumlee, Miles. Let's go right to y'all. Silly boy, let's jump right into this gameplay. Yo, it's silly boy, let's jump right into this gameplay. It's lit. It's too lit. So yeah, I'm going for 38 triple W. So yeah, y'all. I'm going for 38 triple W. So yeah, 38 triple W's is on the line, y'all. I'm going for 38 triple W's. So yeah, I'm going for 38 triple W's. So yeah. I'm going for 38 triple W's, yo. 38 triple W's. I'm going for 38 triple W's. So yeah, this is NBA 20 on my career, episode 61. So yeah.
I write a verse every night, these rappers all sound alike, Mike
38 triple W's is on the line, yo. So yeah.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And for Memphis, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And
the Grizzlies versus the Nets. So yeah, it's too late.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Now look at Memphis' starting group. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle.
38
Morant now in at the guard spot. And it's Iguodala in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn,
I told you, I'm getting triple W's every game. I'm going for 38 triple. I'm going for triple W's every game.
will get the first possession.
I'm going for triple W's every game. So yeah, I'm too good, bro.
Surveying the D.
Yeah, look at John Morant, bro. Look at him. He's in the
standings. The standings could be very different, Clark, from where you finish. As a team, what do you do to continue to improve as the season goes on?
I think it's a combination of little things and guys getting more familiar and more accepting of their role. But I think it's always attention to detail, Kevin. That's really where teams make the most improvement, not forgetting the little things on a daily basis, the habits that produce winning over time.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. James against Iguodala.
Good defense, Jordan.
No good from Valanciunas. Here's Smooth.
Yeah. Jordan Curtis swing, boy. Wow. Too good. It's Jordan Curtis swing, boy.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
Jordan Curtis swing, boy.
Right there,
too good.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Allen kicks to Iguodala. Over James.
Oh,
And it's Iguodala missing.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Here's Smooth, and he goes
Yeah.
deep with that dunk right over Jaren Jackson.
yeah, boy.
He's going to
Too
put
good,
that one
yeah.
in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
To the wing right side. Here's the three. And
Oh,
James
bro.
calls it down.
Jump right, though.
It's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Now here's Morant. Defense right on him. And they get it. It falls. Nice speed that time from Andre Iguodala.
Boy, the unselfishness of Iguodala is really admirable. A forward with excellent vision, has a feel for when one of his guys is open. You got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. We've seen Smooth really having a great game.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
And so here's Memphis, trailing here by 8. And just under
bro,
2.5 minutes left here in the first.
bro.
Passes it to Valanciunas. 5 to shoot.
No.
Basket good.
What?
And he's
Bro, what? Nah, bro. There's no way he made a 100% smothered shot. There's no way he made that. Wow. Cannot believe he made that.
pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
A lot of success from mid-range so far for him, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Now here's Morant. Defense is right there. Great D that time from Jordan.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Nailed from three-point land. Smooth's got 17 now.
And he's off to a phenomenal start here tonight, guys.
He sure is 7 for 7. He just looks to be on a different level than everybody else right now.
Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. 5 points in the game.
You see the quickness there. Once Morant feels like he's got to step up.
Look at Jaren Jackson, boy.
Excellent all-around performance
Jackson,
so far.
too good,
Hence
boy.
the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And Joe Allen will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. A 12-point
Yo,
game.
bro, I did
And
not
the first time out called in the game for Brooklyn.
I did not, bro. I did not.
Here's Smooth. He's got 19. And he goes deep with that dunk right over Jaren Jackson.
Look at Jaren Jackson, boy.
I like their
Look at Jaren
focus
Jackson.
and
Too
terrific
good, boy.
execution
Look
so
at
far.
Jaren
You know, it's
Jackson.
an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Boy, look at
Now let's
Jackson.
go to the sideline
Too
and catch
good,
up with
boy.
our Hall of Famer, David
Look
Aldridge.
at Jackson.
Well,
For
Kevin,
you.
Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. He told me defensively they have to stop dribble
No, he can knock
penetration,
you threes like
challenge
that.
lobs at the basket, and generally make it difficult to get to the front of the rim. They don't want this to turn into a dunk fest because that will not end in their favor. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
He took two shots.
Oh, good on the
Oh,
Brooklyn leading by 16. The Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this.
the cheese out of here, boy. The cheese out of here. I play defense. John Morant, you should know that.
In 2019, that pedigree helped him get the job.
Iguodala against James. 6 to shoot.
No.
Iguodala against James.
Whoa.
And 2
Of
shots
course.
coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Well, all good things must come to an end. Iguodala was shipped out from the Warriors last year to clear.
Miss, I like that. I like that.
Traded to the Grizzlies to make room for the Warriors in the Russell deal. Ultimately, I think will have a great legacy for his time with Golden State.
The Grizzlies trail by 20.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Memphis has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Knocks it loose. He's got a clear path.
The defense, Jay.
And here they go. And James throws it down hard.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside. Getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
And a deep 3 from Prez. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job.
The Grizzlies have shot 50% from the line on 10 attempts. That's a few too many misses.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
So on the floor for Memphis, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Allen is out there with Iguodala, and it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. Took him no time at all on that one. That's now 26 points for Smooth.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take.
And he recovers it. Here's Allen. That one falls his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
Well, man, RB.
Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Allen outside for 3. A new 14 for the Grizzlies. Valanciunas, that one no good.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a 3-point play. So for the Nets, James checked in for Durant, and Prez is subbed in for Dinwiddie.
The 3 can play ball on him.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list
Jordan Curry, swim, boy.
we talk about the unstoppable.
The Jordan Curry, swim, boy.
Here he comes,
The Jordan
and
Curry,
there he goes.
swim, boy.
Look at him punish that
The
rim.
Jordan
Boy, the
Curry,
guys on the bench
swim,
loving
boy.
every minute of that one.
The Jordan Curry, swim, boy. The Jordan Curry, swim. Too
And
good, boy.
almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of
Yo,
play.
look at him, bro.
Allen dishes to Valanciunas. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
The tomahawk,
Imposing as well
with the
at the
tomahawk,
defensive
too
end.
good.
And this offense is in a perfect
tomahawk,
rhythm.
boy,
And
too
you can
good.
see
The
how
tomahawk,
they're finishing
boy,
their
the
play.
tomahawk.
Boy, this is borderline
good.
ridiculous. I mean,
The
every
defense,
single
Jordan.
attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
Bro, don't pass.
One near press as he lets it go. Another one
Bro,
falls
too pass,
for
bro.
Brooklyn.
I want my...
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference. in how
Boy,
these teams
snatching that
have
ball
operated
out your
offensively.
hand, boy.
Much more
Snatching that ball
individual
out
play
your
at the other
hand.
end.
They've shown some strength in the
Snatching
paint.
that ball
Their
out
work
your
on
hand,
the
boy.
boards has been impressive.
Snatching that ball
Guys,
out
that's
your
putting
hand.
it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Got a piece of it. Here's Smooth, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
James got
Back
his
to
takeover,
Iguodala.
yo. So, yo, James got his takeover.
He kicks it to Allen. Here's
Nope.
Jackson. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing
On their faces.
Nothing going their way.
Or
There's
big.
no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their
Boy,
playbook
look
to
at
get a
that.
good shot.
Look at him, bro. Hey, yo, look at
And the pass
Anderson.
to Iguodala.
Look at Anderson, bro. Look at Allen. Look at Allen. He trash. I don't know who.
To stop the drought. Allen is trying to free
Yeah,
himself
bro.
up.
The
Hey, get
defense.
that
Jordan.
weak stuff out of here.
Take you
it
home.
Jordan is
Fantastic.
at rejecting those
We
kinds
look the
of shots.
splash.
And with the lead, I like
We
the strategy
look
here.
the
Continue
splash.
to get the ball to guys
Who
who
can
can
do
do
something with it?
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say.
Keep the pressure on him. Under
Pass to
pressure.
Allen.
Under pressure.
And the call on the shot
Oh,
that sends him to the line.
No, because do not send me out.
Smart guys playing in the
Do not send
NBA
me out
right now.
because
Smart,
James
taking
is
it to
going
a
to
spot
get
that
one
could be
point
a
with
great
his
future head
takeover.
coach
So,
in this
yeah.
game.
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend
So,
time
yeah.
around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court.
No,
Usually you look at
Chris,
point guards
or
because they're
James
quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in
Splash.
many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that can lend itself to coaching.
The Nets haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
I guess I'm getting 6.2 seconds left. I guess I'm getting 6.2 seconds left in the second quarter, bro. 2.2
That's good
seconds
from
left.
And
Durant.
you can see
6.2.
that Durant has
Six
an
left
incredible
in the
drive.
second
He
quarter, bro.
wants to be an all-time legend when it's all said and done.
Nope.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets able to put on a
Give me
show
some
for
more
the
at 6
ages.
point.
Their defense has
Two.
been terrific in this game.
Seconds left
And now
in
we'll
the
send
second
it over
quarter,
to
bro.
David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit.
The only post my bros got Prez got 24, James got 15, Jay got 9 already.
Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. Folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
All right, bro.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Smooth.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is...
Hold on. How many steals I got? I got 3. I need... Wait. Oh, I can't remember how many steals I need. I need 10 though.
Is this? Who's he gonna posterize in this half? You know, we've already got
I need 7 more steals. I need 7 more steals.
DeAndre Jordan is out there with Jay.
I need 7 more.
Then there's Pred.
I was with 38
in at the point guard. It's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Clock at 6.
No.
Here's Morant. Sinks the three-pointer. Morant's got 10.
He can't work back.
The real.
He can't work back.
We're coming right back at you.
He can't work back,
little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. Timeout called the Nets.
I did not call timeout. I did not.
Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade.
I didn't.
Playoff streak back in 18. But
just letting y'all know, I did not call timeout.
Draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
Poke loose. Iguodala kicks to Allen. Off target from outside. And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed every year.
Already impacts the game. Both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games.
Morant with it. He's got 10.
Yeah, that's some great defense.
Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Smooth. Count that bucket.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
Converting the 3-point play ball and getting the 3 points.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now.
Yo, look at Ja Morant, bro.
Now here's Morant.
Look at Ja Morant, bro.
Look at
Ja Morant, yo. Look at Ja Morant. Look at him, bro.
Shot clock at 6. It's stolen. Here's Smooth. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
It's coming again, yo. See, y'all know what the new team is coming again, bro.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Nobody near Allen. And another miss by Memphis.
Well, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Here's Prez. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
They have come out of halftime in fuego.
And Joe Allen will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. to the right wing. Here's Valanciunas. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Where's that took over now, yo?
It's up a 3, and another one falls.
My goodness.
They need a timeout, bro. They trash.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Now a timeout called by Memphis. Mark, the level of nuance and the footwork that keeps evolving every few years. Talk about the changes that you have seen from the time you've played to the exquisite footwork we see now.
Well, you know, some of my peers would say that these guys are being allowed to walk and have it talked about as good footwork. So you work with Reggie and other guys, and I hear them all the time saying guys are getting away with carrying the ball and so forth. But the footwork is pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, the step-back three-point shot, the ability to make plays off the dribble, all attributed to footwork. I think it's just an evolution of the game. As players see more and more of excellent work on the court, they're able to.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. Triggers a replay review by the official.
2K is so tripping, bro. 2K is tripping. No, that's not.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the
doing it loud to me, boy. Doing it loud
they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the
call right.
And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Allen for the 3, knocks down the 3 ball. Allen's got 12 points in the game.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Prez with the bucket.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Jackson passes to Morant.
He's
trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Jay, another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now here's Morant. Tight defense on him. Shot from 12. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Oh my
nice
God,
job.
man.
Some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback club.
But he still so good. I got now. I need one more than I would get 38 triple W's.
But a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
Durant's checked in for the Nets. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Crowder comes in for Jackson. And it's Kyle Anderson in for Grayson Allen. Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Pass to Anderson. Shot from free throw range. Offensive rebound. Net shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. He rifled that one in from distance. Smooth's got 55.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Knocked away. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Jay's check.
It's again at 11:29 in the fourth quarter, bro.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. So on the floor for Memphis, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Iguodala out there with Morant. And it's Jackson at the 3, the small forward. Here's Smooth, and good. He hits it again. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on the championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem. But I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list of number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Prez, and the Nets, another three. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And another assist for him.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. Ball's knocked loose. Nabbing another steal.
And you got to be careful around him.
You know, Greg, he's been coming up with some incredible steals so far.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Smooth passes to Jay. And the Nets, another three.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Here's Clark. James covering, and Jay gets the whistle that time.
And you've got to be more careful in that situation. That's his fifth foul, and now he's walking a fine line.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen to stop the run.
He got fouled out. He got fouled out, bro.
And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. The Nets making a switch here. Durant's
he got fouled out, bro. Oh, he had 16 points though. He had 16 points. He had 16 points. So yeah.
Back in.
Oh, he got fouled out, bro.
He's inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, you think there's any videotape review in there? Maybe showing players certain sets?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. Here's Jones. Jordan with the rebound. And so it's Katie with it. He brings up the ball for the Nets. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Jones finds Jackson.
Defense, Jordan.
The shot missing. Jordan with some nice D. And now the fast break. Prez with the ball. Again, the Nets for two.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Another steal. Smooth. Another bucket. Wow.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Hooked away.
Let's go over here. OCO knew the big team is coming.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. For Memphis, they've gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. It's rebounded by
Memphis. Bro. They hate him. That was too far, that's all.
Outside, Jones. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Smooth. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game. Unbelievable. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. The basket.
I got 38 triple doubles.
Clark. Valanciunas with the ball. Memphis moving it around. And Jones has it in the corner. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, they wanted to go back at him and just came up short on the triple.
And the ball
oh my God, bro.
Wilson Chandler's checked
oh
in
my,
for Kevin
yo,
Durant.
that is funny.
And the Grizzlies
that
also with the
so
sub.
Funny.
Brooks checked in. The Grizzlies shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Here's Clark.
Bro, Perez got to get a point with his takeover,
We've
bro.
had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of
Hurry
seasons
up,
now.
something.
Do you
Oh,
think
boy.
everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've
my God,
watched
this
games.
takeover going,
Certainly a
so
far
good.
cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
Outside, Jones. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Brooklyn making some change.
This should be a fat team in the fourth quarter, bro.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Irving.
Boy, you really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Smooth.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw dropper. It must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. James has a two-pointer. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. James has got 7 now in this quarter.
I get 19 assists
Memphis
per
with
game.
the ball.
19 assists per
You were
game,
talking,
bro.
Clark, about Allen's
I get
length and
19
leaping
assists
ability.
per
He's
game.
dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still
Hands
developing
up, bro.
his skill
Hands
game,
up.
but he's already more than serviceable
Oh,
at
bro.
the offensive end of the floor.
You are locking it
he's
up,
a rim
bro. You
protector
are locking it
defensively.
up.
Good
Nah,
feet,
bro. You
gets
are
up and
locking.
down, has a
Wow.
nice touch and good hands.
So good.
Boy, this guy's going to be some kind of player going forward.
Clark, we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall I think it's pretty solid.
Here's Clark. Pass to Melton. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Clark. Beyond the arc. And they'll turn over. Could not get off a shot. And so James will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They've only given and another assist.
And he has his eyes set on that season assist record with every pass he makes.
Already, GA, he has the second most and now continues to march towards that top spot.
And he continues to climb up the John Stockton ladder, past Stockton's second and third place marks for most assists. And all that's left is the top spot. 3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
And Smooth is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. That's his third personal foul. Pass to Melton. Here's Clark. Clark, last season we saw more of the global game series from the NBA. A couple games in Mexico, one in England. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it really is, because I actually 6 years ago had a chance to be with the Pacers in the global games in the Philippines, and then Taipei, Taiwan with the Rockets. Great experience for the players and the organization. It's an additional level of travel, no doubt. About a week to 10 days where you're in another country, but it's great for the game and it's great for the fans in those countries.
Memphis has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Jones with the bounce pass.
You, Jordan.
Here's Rab, up and in on the layup.
That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
The net shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. The three-pointers right on target. Here's Jones.
3 points. KD got 9. Or
feeds to Anderson. Here's Clark, guarded by KD.
Are you KD?
Shot clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Deep. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Bro.
And a new group out there on the
floor. Man, I get something at 23.8. I get something at 23.86 left in the fourth quarter, bro. Hurry up and shoot the ball.
Timeout called the Nets.
Timeout, bro.
They're in front. 23 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
And they've got this one just about.
222, bro, to 72 is the final score, y'all. I got 84 points. I'm about to get 87.
Wrapped up.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure they needed this timeout, quite honestly.
It's not,
perhaps a water break?
It's not called a water break. They don't call a water break. They call a Gatorade break. A Gatorade break. Come on. No, bro. No.
Wrapped up.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure they needed this timeout, quite honestly. Perhaps
it's a Gatorade break. You don't got water? That Gatorade, bro. Gatorade break. I'm not playing, bro. I better not get saved up. Dude. I don't want to be saved up. I do not want to be saved up.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Like 32.
Here's Smooth.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
222.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one.
It's the final score,
this game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
222.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense.
To 72 is the final score, though. Alright, I had 87 points, 5 boards, 24 assists, 18 steals, 3 blocks, 2 turnovers. I missed 2 shots. I missed a D3-pointer, and I got blocked by Jonas. And I had 18 dunks. I had 12 3-pointers. Chris had 54, James had 28, Jay had 16, KD had 9. So yeah, Chris had 2 dunks. James had 2 dunks. Jay had 1 dunk. Jared Allen had 1 dunk. Careless LeVert had 1 dunk. So yeah. John Morant shot a cold 8 for 20, bro. 3 for 8 from 3-point. Bro, they all trash. Like, look at these stats. They all trash.
Defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Katie. The ball was moving tonight. What's been the key to the offense clicking lately?
Well, we just found an open man. You know, our point guard is doing a great job of getting everybody involved. We're just playing off each other right now.
Yeah, you can see there's a lot of trust out there with you guys. Thanks very much, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
Get the cheese out of here, boy. Our next game going against Spurs again. Like, this is gonna be a second time going up against this team, y'all. So yeah. Alright, yo, if y'all like this video, man, like and subscribe to the channel, turn the post notification bell so you never miss it. Look, go follow me on P3 at 2593 and so to my second channel at 20 Peace y'all later. Y'all now. See you guys in my next video. See y'all.